back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making 3 different variations of the Army friendship bracelet. The first one is the original design that was posted. The second is a variation of the original design, and the third one is one that I just thought would be really cute for an Army friendship bracelet. Alright, so what you're going to need for this project is some embroidery floss, a pair of scissors, 7 charms, and some tape. So first you want to pick out the colors that you want to use for your bracelets. I chose a light purple, a dark purple, and white because the bracelets are supposed to be purple because it's a very special color for Army and for BTS. So I decided to cut 2 strands of each color and put them together. I made them long enough to fit around my wrist comfortably and be able to tie it. So once I have all the pieces put together, I am going to tie 1 knot in the very center of the strands, and that's just going to kind of show me where the middle is. So what you want to do is tie a total of 7 knots. So I did 3 on either side of my original knot, and the 7 knots represent the 7 members of BTS. And once you have all 7 knots, you are done, and there's your bracelet. For the second bracelet, I am going to do essentially the exact same thing. I'm going to cut 2 strands of each color long enough to fit comfortably around my wrist and be able to tie it. Alright, so next I'm going to take my 7 little heart charms. I got them in this little pack from Joann Fabrics. And I am going to take 1 string and loop it through one of the charms to establish the middle of the bracelet. And then I'm just going to tie the charm on. And then essentially you are just going to tie on all 7 little charms, just like we did last time, but this time with a little cute charm on it. I just really love the idea of doing these Army friendship bracelets. Being an Army is such an amazing feeling. Going to a BTS concert, you really just feel like you're hanging out with your best friends, BTS, and all of the Army in the crowd. It's just such an amazing community, and I think it's so cute to have these little symbols that connect all of us. The designs are super easy for anybody to do. You don't have to do something fancy, and it's just really cute, and I'm really excited to wear these bracelets around. So I chose hearts just because they were what were available to me, and I thought that they were simple and cute, but I know that some people were picking out charms to more individually represent each member, and also Hot Topic sells a necklace with removable BT21 charms that you could even use. You can really do anything that you would like. So this final bracelet is much more extensive. It is going to be a lot more like your typical string friendship bracelet. So you only need 2 colors for this one. I chose the light purple and white. And you are going to want 4 strands of each color, and you want them to be a lot longer this time because you're going to be doing lots of little tiny knots in it. And I like for there to be lots of room at the top of the bracelet because there's only going to be 7 hearts on this one. You can do a full bracelet of hearts, but I am personally only going to do 7, which is definitely not long enough for my wrist. So I'm leaving lots of space at the top and then at the bottom of the bracelet to do a little braid to be able to tie it around my wrist. Okay, so now that I have my strands together, I'm going to be doing a loose knot at the top, leaving all of that extra space that I mentioned. And I'm going to be putting my strands in order: white, purple, white, purple, purple, white, purple, white. And it needs to be in this order for the pattern to work out correctly. So I'm going to space them out and put them in that order and then tape them down that way. Okay, so now you're going to take the farthest left white strand and you're going to do 3 double forward knots all the way across. So 2 knots on each strand until you reach the middle. Then you're going to take the farthest right strand, which is also white, and you're going to do 3 backward double knots. So now you're going to be working to the left. So essentially we are always working towards the center. And once you get to the center, you are going to tie the 2 white strands together. And now we're going to do the exact same thing again for one more row, starting with the farthest left string and doing 3 knots in, and then doing the farthest right string and doing 3 knots into the center and tying the 2 middle strings together. Okay, so now you're going to take the second string, which is purple, and you are going to do a backwards double knot onto the first string, and that will create a purple knot. And then you are going to use the white string that was originally the first left string, and you are going to do 2 forward knots onto the next 2 strings working toward the middle. Then you will go over to the far right side and you will do the same thing, only backwards. So you're going to take the second string and do a forward double knot onto the white string. And then you will use the white string to do 2 backward double knots towards the middle. And then you will tie the 2 middle strings together. Okay, so now we are essentially going to do the exact same thing again. You're going to take the second string, which is now white, and do a backwards double knot, and then use the purple string and tie 2 forward double knots towards the center. And then you will go over to the right side and do the same thing again, only backwards. You will use the white string and do a forward double knot onto the purple string, and then you will use the purple string and do 2 backwards double knots toward the center and tie the 2 center strings together. If you are unfamiliar with how to tie forward and backward knots, essentially the forward knot, you make a forward facing 4 with the strings, and with a backwards knot you make a backward facing 4 with the strings. And if you need further assistance, I will try to find a tutorial and link it in the description. So now for the next 2 rows, we're just going to do 2 chevron rows. So we're really just going to repeat the first 2 rows that we did, and that will create a heart shape. And there's our little first heart. And now I'm going to repeat all of those steps 7 more times. Okay, once you get all 7 of your little hearts, you are going to use the remaining strands and divide them up into 3 pieces and just do a little braid on the end to make it a little bit fancier than just plain string. And then once you do the one end, you're going to take the tape off, turn it around, and untie your loose knot and braid the top part. And then you're gonna cut off your little excess string there, and you're done. You have your fancy army friendship bracelet to wear. So there you have it. These are my 3 versions of the Army Friendship Bracelet. Like I said, I really love this idea. I think it's so cute. Let me know if you end up making your own variation of the Army Friendship Bracelet. Tag me in it on Instagram at strawberryandwee. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.